and Assalamualaikum. I'll be to our lecturer, Semisi. So today, our group, the Akif Berhad, will present about our business plan. So before we start our presentation, let me introduce you to our team members and our parts in this presentation. So firstly, I am Fatima Rania, will present about executive summary and company summary. And then, Farah will continue this presentation with market analysis summary. And then, Imran Shah will present about market strategies. And then, Kirit will present about management summary and production and processing. And then, Fatima will continue our presentation with financial plan. And our presentation will end with Imran doing the conclusion. So, the Akif Berhad is a business selling chocolate-based product. So, I will present about executive summary, which consists of objective, mission, and key to success. So, our business started in Bukit Bakri since 2019. Our company sells chocolate-based product. So, we sell tropical fruit flavored chocolate and some of the key products. So, we sell tropical fruit flavor in order to attract the locals. So, moving on to the objective. Our objective is to reach 100k unit of chocolate per year with revenue of 50,000 with every state having a branch in Malaysia. So as you know, we have a branch in Bukit Bakri. So our goal is to have a branch in every state in Malaysia. And then in year 2030, this company will have a branch in Europe. So our mission is to be able to compete against others branded chocolate companies. So as you know, in Malaysia, we have so many famous brand chocolate companies. So as a local brand, we are hoping to compete them in this country. And then our mission is to enlarge the business to the whole country by having a branch for every state. So as I mentioned before, we want to have a branch in every state in Malaysia. And then lastly, the Akif Chocolate brand will have many more variety types of products other than tropical fruit chocolate products and bakery products. So, our keys to success is all board of members will be given specific tasks and responsibilities to ensure the company runs smoothly. So, for example, we have HR manager, marketing manager, production manager, and financial manager in order to conduct our business smoothly. And then all workers should be determined in doing their work respectively. And then we will improve our production in chocolate as well as services in transporting goods. So company summary will consist of company ownership, company history, company facilities, and company location. So our company ownership is the Akif Berhad is a private company. As you can see, this is our logo. So, company history, the founder of this business, which is Imran Shah, he was inspired with his friend who visited Europe and brought back so many chocolate of different varieties and flavor. So, he thought about attract the local people by renovate the chocolate to Malaysia tropical fruit flavor. So, because of that, he started the company in the year 2019. So, the facilities of our company is we have lorries in order to move the products into the market. And then we have factories which were equipped with machines, grinders, and freezers in order to produce the chocolates. And then we also have our own office to manage our business efficiently. So, our location, as you know, we are located in Bukit Bakri. So, as you can see, this is our address if you want to visit our company and office. So, you can pin this location into the Google Maps and then you will find our company and office. So, I think that's all from me. I will pass the presentation to Farah to explain about market analysis summary. So, thank you.
Assalamualaikum, and my name is Farah Aisha. So I will explain about the market analysis summary. So market analysis summary consists of 5 points. First is situational analysis. Second one is market trend. The third one is market segmentation, market analysis, and SWOT analysis. First, the situational analysis. So in the current situation where the bakery shop has increased due to the consumer needs and wants. So in January 2019, chocolate production demands have increased due to the high usage of chocolate in bakery. This will increase the demands in chocolates since they use it in their products. So in the second one is the international product have dominated the market in terms of production and demands in Malaysia. So international products such as Cadbury, Kit Kat, and Nestle have catch the eyes of the consumer. So this will make our company can make our company be threatened, and also our company will have competitors from the famous brand. So we have to identify the companies, our product difference and similarity between the international products, so that we can overcome the threat that we face. The third one is the location that we have enough supply of chocolate for the bakers. So the place that our factories and office are located not enough supply of chocolate for the bakers. So this will since we have built the factories there and office, the consumer and the farmers can make a direct savings with our company, and this will decrease the cost and also the time. And then the production of cocoa have rising in Malaysia, so this will create opportunity towards production activity. Our company can increase the production activities and also can increase the supply to fulfill the consumer needs and wants. So the second one is the market trend. So market trend consists of two. First is market demand, and second one is the preference. So for the market demand, the demand for the chocolate products have increased through years because many firms produce goods that have variety of flavors that need high uses of chocolate product, especially bakery shop. So goods, for example, goods that have a variety flavors such as ice cream, cakes, and so on. So this result in increase of supply by many chocolate company due to the increase in demands. So the second one is the preference. Nation nowadays prefer chocolate products and flavor more than the original and common taste since they have awareness towards the use and also the benefits of chocolates. They also have become more creative in improving the taste of the final merchandise or goods. So this increase our demands and also our supply. So the third one is the target market segmentation. So target market segmentation is where we target our market. So we target our market through two analyzation. So first, we analyze through the behavioral segment, and the second one is through the psychographic, the attitude. For the behavior, so the customer tends to purchase chocolate to give someone as present, such as a birthday gift or also anniversary gift. And then the second one is some consumer known as hardcore loyals remain loyal by buying the same product. So our consumer are also consist of someone that is loyal towards the product if they have if they think that the product is good and also fulfill their needs. So this also will create opportunity towards our product, and our company needs to attract the consumer that have that hardcore loyals. The third one is the customer need products that can be used as ingredients in baking. So since the bakery shop have increased, the chocolate product is also, the customer also consists of someone who needs the chocolate products, for such as someone who is a baker, and also uh, uh, such as a company that make ice cream. So this increase our demands. The second one is psychographics, where individual attitude are more likely curious, where they always want to try a new production of our product. So our customer also someone who tends to change their preference and needs. So we need to, our company needs to improvise our products uh, according to the consumer preference and taste. And then the second one is the customer lifestyle is in lower class and upper class, where their income are not too small. So more consumer, our consumer are more into the middle class. But our, because our chocolate product is affordable and can be, the lower class and also the upper class can also gain our product because of the price. So then the fourth one is the market analysis. So the customer buying, we can tell that the customer buying pattern is not fixed and fluctuates throughout years. So the taste and preference of the consumer is changing throughout years. Sometimes they want a white chocolate, sometimes they want a dark chocolate. So we need to improvise and have a lot of types, variety of chocolates. And then the second one is the competitors come from a famous chocolate brands such as Cadbury and Kit Kat. This creates a threat and competitors towards our companies. So we need to identify the weakness and also the strength of your companies and also our companies to overcome the threat. And then the third one is the customer age range are mostly among 5 to 13 years old. So the customer that buy the chocolate products are mostly among the 5 to 13 years old, where they do not have a chronic disease. So they tend to buy the chocolate and do not have a worry towards their health. So we need, so through this market analysis, our company needs to focus on this analysis to improve our production and also our company credibility. So the last one is for the SWOT analysis. So analysis consists of strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So for the strength, our company, our chocolate products are more cheapest compared to another famous brand. Our chocolate products only price 350 cents. That is affordable for the lower class, middle class, and also the upper class. So, and then our chocolate products have a good quality as it freshly made in our country. Since it's a local brand, our chocolate product is also fresh and freshly made, and the time for our chocolate products to be distributed is also in a short period. So our chocolate can remain the quality and can the consumer can have a good experience towards our chocolate products. And then the third one, our top management team are all expert in their field or role. So we can improvise our chocolate products according to Malaysian taste. So that's to a variety types of products. So the strength lets to consumer to purchase our chocolate product. for a long period. So for the weakness in our company that we need to overcome is first the lack of experience among new workers and lack of capabilities among senior workers. This will decrease the efficiency of our um, production activities. So we need to hire more experienced workers and also maybe create a training center for the workers. And then opportunity is that opportunity that we identify for our company to grow is based on the people trust towards our halal certificate. So this will create a huge opportunity for our products and our company to secure the local and global markets. In certain countries have difficulty to find halal products. So this will lead to um, our consumer to purchase our products to be able to fulfill their needs and wants. And then the last one is for the threat. So for the threat is uh, the level of competition for the current uh, situation is it have increased from another famous brands such as Cadbury and also KitKat. This will create a threat towards our companies, especially if they make a new products. So this will threaten our place in the market. So we need to improvise our products continuously to fulfill the consumer needs and wants. And the second one is the law enforcement have been tight. Um, enforcement have been tight, causing our production activity become slow, and it's cost a lot of time and also will cause problems towards our company. The third one is supplier did not supply product in time. This also will decrease the production efficiency, production activity, um, and also will cause our 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 company to not be able to supply the products in time to the market or also to the consumer. This will decrease our credibility of the company. And the fourth one, the last one is the economic drop in the country where it will affect the whole production cost and even demand will also change, causing a huge loss in our company because economic drop can affect all the people incomes and the demands also will be changed, so the quantity supply also can change. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Shah Abdul and a group member of the Active. Now I'm going to be presenting about the marketing strategies. There are three components in marketing strategies, which are marketing objectives, marketing mix, and risk management. First, marketing objective. Our marketing objective is we will sponsor a famous television program or show as a platform to advertise the chocolate product after 3 years of operating. Why we use the television program? Because nowadays many people have television at their home. So whenever they have leisure time, they will watch their television. That's why we use the television as our platform. Next, we will promoting the chocolate products to the worldwide using social media advertising such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram within 2 years. Within 2 years, we use the social media to promote our chocolate product. As we know, people like to use social media to interact with other persons that are far away from them. So we can promote the chocolate product in the social media by advertise, advertising the chocolate. Next, increasing profit by 10% over the next 4 years by being the sponsorship or having collaboration with the party. After our business has become more more good and our sales increase, we have to do a we have to do a we have to do a collaboration or get a sponsorship so that we can increase our profit by 10% as our target in the next 4 years. What kind of collaboration? We can make a collaboration with the local artist. Local artist is the person who is famous in our country, so that when we have a collaboration with them, people will get to know our product from the artist. The next marketing mix, there are four P, which are 4 P's, which are price, product, promotion, and place. We go for the price. The price of the chocolate is much more affordable compared to the price of other branded chocolate. Other branded chocolates such as Kit Kat, Dairy Milk, okay, those one are quite expensive, right? So we, as the new company, will provide the chocolate that can afford by many people. And the people who are getting lower income can also buy our chocolate product. So we state our price for one bar of chocolate is RM3.50. Next, product. The chocolate products have a long lifetime and have various kinds of flavor and size. So, in order to attract people attention about our product, we have to make the chocolate product have a long lifetime, which means the consumer can keep the chocolate when they are going to stop eat the chocolate. So in the next time they can eat it again, okay, and have various kind of flavor and size. This is the one of the ways to gain more customer that buy our chocolate product by making the variety of the flavor and the size. Okay. Next, the packaging comes in different kind of packaging based on the type of chocolate and has the active logo printed out. Okay. For example, when people buy our product, so at the chocolate product, which is the packaging, there will be the active logo at the packaging, so that the people know this chocolate is from the active. So our company will be known well by the other person and become a famous company. Next, promotion. We have to advertise the chocolate product through social media, newspaper and billboard, and many platforms that can be used to promote our chocolate product. Next, warranty and discount is also provided to the customer seasonally and with a certain condition. Why are we doing this? Because we don't want people to get bored about our chocolate product. We have to make a promotion such as give a price with discount, give a price with discount. Next, events, in-store sampling and promotion was also applied. Okay, next, place. The chocolate product is available at the marketplace, shopping malls, and supermarkets. Why you have to make the chocolate product, our chocolate product, is available at those places? That is because it can teach people to get our chocolate product. As many people nowadays like to go to shopping malls and supermarket to get the things that they want. Okay. Next, the company use suitable and intensive distribution at the strategic place where the consumer have an easy access. As I said before, the place that can we that can place the place that we can, can be strategic is shopping malls, supermarket, and marketplace. Next, risk management. Mm, there are two. It is positive risk management and negative risk management. The first, the positive of our risk management is create new product. When we create new product, we we will have risk. So what are the solutions can we do? The solution can we do is to exploit by advertise the new product via social media. So before we create new product, we have to advertise it first so that we can know the how much the target customer and how much the demand. Next, we can share by having partnerships so that our product will be known. Uh, the second positive of risk management is experience purpose. Okay, the solution is acceptance by using their experience to ensure the company runs smoothly and meet the company objective. Why a company want an experienced worker so that with their experience they can improve our company performance and can make the company run smoothly and hit their objective. Okay. Next, the negative of risk management. First, lack of suppliers. Okay. How we are going to overcome this? The solution is mitigate by looking for a land and renting property. When we lack of suppliers, we have to find another way, an alternative way, such as we looking for land and planting our own crop, uh, such as such as cocoa tree. Then when the cocoa have been harvested, we can transform it into chocolate. Next, transfer by hiring agent to look for suppliers. Okay, we have to do an act which is hiring agent so that this agent can do their work and find the other supplier. Next is the lack. of machines. The solutions mitigate by renting machines or rebranding chocolate products. Next, transfer by taking loans from bank. When we taking loans from bank, we can use the money to buy more machines so that we can boost our chocolate production. So that's all for me for marketing strategies.
So, a very good morning, habit to my lecturer and friends. So, today I'll be presenting about the management summary of our company and also the production process of the company in producing chocolates. So, first, I would explain about the organizational structure of our company. This is the structure. We have Muhammad Imran Shah as our director, Farah Arisha as our human resource manager, Fateh Nur Alia as our marketing manager, Kirat Singh as our production manager, and also Fatima Rashid as the financial manager. So I will discuss in further their roles and function in the company. So first we have the director, which is Muhammad Imran Shah. He decides the company decisions and has the final say in any company decisions made by the company. That means he has the right to overrule any decisions made, and also he has the final say in everything. He is the ultimate decision maker. We can put in a more simpler form. Second is he's responsible in the review of strategic plan, oversight of business performance, and ensuring the establishment of proper internal control system. That means that whatever strategic plan made, so that the process of the product comes out in a good way, the strategic plan is endorsed by him. Next, he helps in analyzing and evaluating the efficiency of day-to-day tasks within departments and ensuring all objectives are met. So whatever business objective that's been set by the company, he makes sure that they are set to gain profit and the company doesn't go in loss. Next, we have our HR manager, which is Farah Arisha. Her role is in response. She's responsible in supervising and providing consultation to management on strategic staffing plans, compensation, benefits, training and development budgets, and also labor relations. That means she provides consultation to the labor, to the training and development, research and development. The budget, for the company. She consults them. Second, she handles staffing issues such as mediating disputes and directing disciplinary procedures. That means whatever discipline problems that's been faced by the workers or whatever issues that needs to be settled, she settles it. Next, she coordinates and supervises the work of specialists and supports staff. In addition, she prepares the salary of the workers monthly. That means she supervises whatever work that's being done, so that the company runs smoothly, and she also prepares their salary monthly, and she sends it to the director to be endorsed. Next, we have our marketing manager, which is Fateh Nur Alia. She is responsible in marketing the product to customers. What does that mean? She markets the product, maybe on social media, on a television, on mass media. She uses several platforms so that the products can be marketed well. Next, she developed marketing campaigns to promote the product. She runs campaign online and also in live, so that people know about the product and the uses of the product, which is in our case the chocolate. She plans and organizes events, sponsorship, advertising, public relations, and also research. That means she plans and organizes events so that they run smoothly uh, to promote the product. Next, she prepare and manage monthly, quarterly, and annual budgets for the marketing department. Next, we have Kirat Singh as the production manager. He is responsible in leading and managing the company's production team. So from the start till the end of the process of the product, he's the one that handles it. He's also responsible in estimating the cost and preparing budget to make the chocolate, so that the prices are reasonable to make the chocolate, so that the company gains more profit, so that it doesn't go in loss. And next, he organizes the workflow to meet specifications and deadlines. So before the deadline, every uh, workflow, the product has to come in time. He's the one that makes sure everything runs smoothly from start till the end. Uh, Next, we have the financial manager, which is Fatima Rashid. What she does is that she's responsible in ensuring the financial activities so that they operate well. Um, Whatever cash flow that comes in, the cash that goes out, she has to keep count in every step, so that uh, it is quite transparent to everyone where the money comes in and where the money goes out. She then produces financial reports, direct investment activities, and develop strategic plans for the long-term financial goals of our company. Um, Financial reports, so that everyone is aware of where the money comes and where the money goes from the cash flow. Then she sends it, of course, to the director to get endorsement, to get approval. She also analyzes market trends to find opportunities for expansion or for acquiring other companies. So let's say our company is selling chocolates. So she analyzes which other company sells chocolates, when are their production dates, and all those she takes into account. And then she probably analyzes the market trends around, and she could lend advice. She also could give advice to the company on when we should start producing the product. And lastly, she reviews the company financial reports and seek ways to reduce costs. As I said before, um, all steps must be taken so that the company doesn't go in loss and to reduce the cost production. Next, I will move into our production and processing. We first have the raw materials. Um, they are then blend and mix. After that, they go through a process called conching. Uh, Next, they go through refining. They go through tempering after that, and also lastly, they go through wrapping. So this is their process. First is all the raw materials. We have the cocoa butter, we have milk, we have sugar, we also have the chocolate. I think cocoa butter is quite familiar because it was also used in care routine, as you all familiar with for your face. Next, this is called the blend and mix. In this process, we use grinding as our blend and mix procedure. Next, they go through a process called conching. I will explain in detail what conching really is. Next, they go through refining. This is refining. Next, they go through tempering. And then lastly, it is wrapped to be exported. So step one, as we see, we know the raw materials needed to make chocolate are cocoa butter, cocoa liquor, sugar, and also milk. Next, the blend and mix which we use is actually grinding. So grinding is the process by which cocoa nibs are grounded into cocoa liquor, which is also known as unsweetened chocolate or cocoa mass. The grinding process generates heat, and the dry granular consistency of the cocoa nib is then turned into liquid. So that means we have the cocoa nibs. So when we grind it, it is made into cocoa liquor, and sorry. And next, step 3 is refining. So refining is the final grinding of all particles in the liquid chocolate together to produce an even smooth texture. That means when we grind, we crush it, it's blend and it's mixed. So that process is actually to make it smooth. But why we do refining is to make the process even to make the chocolate even more smoother. Next, we have the conching process. This process involves heating and mixing for several hours to several days the ingredients of chocolate. So what do we do in grinding? Uh, Sorry, in conching is that we put we it's the picture is as shown here. This one, it actually goes round and round. It's heated and also it is it's heated and also it is mixed well. Next, we have tempering. The chocolate is melted in a double boiler. This is the double boiler outside here, as you can see the case. And then, what does tempering do? Tempering actually melts in a temperature between 100 Fahrenheit to 115 Fahrenheit. This is to give the chocolate a smooth and glossy finish, keeps it easily from melting. That's why it is important for us to temper so that it doesn't melt easily. Sometimes when you put uh, in open space, some chocolates easily melt, but some, it of course does melt, but it takes more time. That's when tempering takes its process well, because it actually refraining from melting too fast. And of course, the last process, we know that the chocolates are wrapped either in plastic or sometimes paper wrapper. Sometimes it's also wrapped in aluminium foils. This is to prevent bacterial infection, keeping to preserve the chocolate well. If we want to export it to other states, we need to, of course, preserve the chocolate well so that it's good in shape when we export it. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy our slide and you gain some information from it. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Fatima binti Rashid and my matrix number is AS10398. So I will be continue to the financial plan. So there is 4 components in the financial plan, which are important assumption, key indicator, cash flow, and also the long-term plan. So we move to the first part, which is important assumption. There is 3 things in the important assumption, which are net investment, discount rate, and also the business taxes. So for the net investment is the total amount of money that a company spend on capital asset minus the cost of the depreciation of those assets, as it will give an indication of how much the effective productive capacity of the company is increasing. Secondly, for the discount rate is the expected rate for an investment. It is also referred as the interest rate used to calculate the present value of future cash flow. The discount rate shows that the interest percentage that a company anticipates receiving over the life of an investment. The last one is the business taxes, which means taxes that business must pay as a normal part of business operation. So let's see our important assumption. So the 3 important assumptions that I said just now, the financials are really depends on it. So for the key underlying assumption or the important assumption is access to equity capital and financing sufficient to maintain its financial. So for the Akif, our initial net investment is RM 200,000. Our discount rate is 10%. And sorry, this one is the business tax. Business tax. Business tax is 24%. Okay, next we move to the second part, which is key indicator. Key indicator is the most important indicator to a company. So for the Akif company, our important our important indicator is internal rate of return, net present value (NPV), and the payback periods. So the value of IRR and NPV will be determined either a company will able to stand in the market or need to be closed. But for our company, our value of IRR and NPV show that our project is good enough to stand in the market. So for the net present value or NPV, it is the sum of the present value of the individual cash flow of the same entity. It is widely used in capital budget to establish which projects are likely to turn to the greatest profits. As the company gain the positive value for the NPV, that means the company is gaining profit. But gain profit. So that means the product that they sold are able to stand in the market. But as the company calculate the NPV and get the negative value, the company must stop the operation or need to change the product as their product before can't gain the profit. So the method is equal to the present value of the future net cash flow discounted at the cost of capital. So the NPV can be calculated using this formula. So for the Akif company, our net present value is 645,541.72 sen. The third one is IRR. Our IRR is the rate growth of a project is expected to generate. It is used in capital budget to estimate the profitability of initial investment. The initial rate of return is the discount rate that makes the net present value of all the cash flow from a particular project to zero. So it is more desirable to undertake a project with higher IRR compared to the lower IRR. So IRR can be calculated using this formula. So as I calculate, the IRR for the Akif company is 49%, which means it can profit for almost double or 1 times. The third one is payback period. Payback period refers to the amount of time it takes to recover the cost of an original investment. When we want to open a company, we need capital. So when we don't have the capital, we need to do an investment. So these payback periods are determined how long or how much time we need to pay back all the investment that we have to. So this concept of payback period is generally used in financial and capital budget. So the shorter the payback period, the more desirable the investment. Compared to the longer the payback period, the less desirable it is. So this is how to calculate the payback periods. So for the Akif company, I have calculated the payback period for all our investment and how much revenue that we gain for a year until the 4th year. until the 5th year. And our payback period is, this one is 2.9 years, which means after the third year, after the 2 years, which is the third year, we will gain the profit instead of pay the debts. We go to the third component, which is the cash flow. So for the Akif, we expect to manage the cash flow over the next 2 years and 9 months with profit and minimal new investment required over the first 2 years. So it is our expectation that revenue beyond the project sales will be invested in retiring long-term debts early. So as you can see, this is our cash flow. So for our company, the revenue for the first year is 350,000. As you can see, this is our initial net investment. The third one is the depreciation, which means how much we pay for the machinery for the first year, as we can't full pay the machinery, so we pay it for a few times until the all the cost is paid. So as you can see, the red one is the company are not able to gain the profit as company need to buy the debts. So in the year 2, company are still paying the debts instead of gain profits. But in the third year, our company start to gain the profit and all the debts are already finished or already paid. Next, we move to the fourth component, which is the long-term plan. So for our company, the Akif, our long-term plan is to expand our product as achieving a 10% market penetration in the country. Second, we want to penetrate our overseas market at least after 5 years in the market, such as in Europe. Third one, we are planning to vary the production of our chocolate after 4 years, which means after the first year we gain the profit. So the profit that we gain, we will use to vary our production. As first, our product is chocolate with local fruits flavor. So this maybe after the 4 years, we want to make it for candy, for putting more candy or marshmallow or something like that. And the fourth one is begin year 7 by operating on production but less physical doing the labor and manage to have high technology of processing machine. So after the 7 years, we think that our company have gained a lot of profit. So we are able to buy more machinery that can less the physical doing in the labor, as the machine can do it, as computer can do it. So lastly, by the end of 10 years of operation, we hope the Akif chocolate brand will be stand same level with all the branded chocolate in the market nowadays, such as Cadbury, Kit Kat, and many more. So that's all. Thank you. So I will pass this presentation to Imran for the conclusion.
I'm going to continue the presentation, which is the conclusion of the business plan. As conclusion, we are very grateful to finish this business plan, as all the departments in this business have provided a specific systematic business planning. Example of the department is administration, um, marketing, operation, and financial. With with systematic management, the employees' productivity will develop in the future, and the production will increase whenever the demand are high. Next, we make survey and research to get information about this business to make a good strategy and target in order to compete with other competitors in this business field. And survey and research are quite important in our business, as from them we can make a good strategy and target. The effective management can help the company to gain more profit in sales. The efficient finance management help the company in terms of running the business smoothly and getting a profit as maximum as we can. Okay. Finance management are really helpful, as we will know the in and out of our money, and we can target about how maximum the profit we can get from the products that were sold. And lastly, this business plan proved to be helpful for us in the future, and will be able to stand strongly, and our company will be the best competitor in business venture. So, with this entire specific business plan, we are convinced that the active Sendirian Berhad can be the most familiar and successful company in the chocolate industry, especially among the competitors in Johor and the entire world. So that's all for my group, which is the Akif, and thank you.